Hey guys, welcome back to my studio, as you guys can see here. This is where I do movie trailers, music video, editing, stuff like that. This is actually my teacher's, studio, but I'm just borrowing it because all the movies that I covered, in 2017. But before we get to the movies, here are some honorable mentions. The Greatest Showman, It, The Post, Logan, Shape of Water, Die Zone 2, Molly's Game, right, Beauty and the Beast, Valerian, The Sea of Thousand Planets, About Lost Christmas, Atomic Blonde, the Lego Batman movie, Despicable Me 3, Cars 3, Ferdinand, dang it. Alright, continue. Social Village, Jumanji, Open Yellow, Steel, and personal favorite, Power Rangers. And now I'm going to review the best movies of 2017. Here we go. Alright, so first up is Spider-Man Homecoming. Guys, guess what? Marvel did it again with another Spider-Man movie that I really like. It's awesome, and I had a lot of fun with this movie. So here comes the next movie. Blade Runner 2049 is also my favorite movie of the year. Now, when I rewatched this, I thought it was going to suck. I thought people were going to hate it. Upon rewatching, I actually like this movie. So, stay tuned. Ryan Gosling and Harrison Ford are awesome. I thought they did a pretty good job, and yeah. Wonder Woman is up next in my anticipated movies of 2017. It was awesome. I had a lot of fun, and Gal Gadot kicked some butt in this movie. I'm not kidding. She can kick serious butt in this movie. I had a lot of fun. I gave this movie an A+. Alright. Star Wars The Last Jedi is one of the most anticipated movies I wanted to see this year. And I had a lot of fun with this one. So, I gave this one an A+. I reviewed it saying that I rated A+ about the movie. But now, it is my most anticipated movie of the year. Wonder is up next on my anticipated movie list. Wonder was a good movie. I liked it. It's sort of like a family movie that I thought of. Alright, Wonder was my favorite movie of the year because I like Owen Wilson and Julia Roberts did a pretty good job. I'd like to have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Oh my god, I can't wait to talk about that. I'd like to have... Oh wait. I thought the actors did pretty well in Dunkirk, and Christopher Nolan did a fine job doing this movie. So, yeah, I have to give him credits for that. Alright, up next is Baby Driver. Alright, so Baby Driver is my next anticipated movie of the year. So all the actors did a good job. The action was kick-ass in this movie. And the performances were great and cool. So, yeah. I'm almost done. Thor Ragnarok is up next. I went to the movie studios with a couple of my buddies, and I have to say, I love this movie. And that was actually kind of funny, just like Spider-Man Homecoming was. Partly funny and partly cool. This movie hit all the right notes. So, yeah. Next, I have the last one, so hold on tight for Pitch Perfect 3. Pitch Perfect 3. Will be as good as second. Will be as good as the first and second one. I can tell you that it was. Pitch Perfect 3. Actually, one of my last favorite movies because the franchise is ending, and I'll be so sad to see it go. Alec Kendrick, Whitney Snow, Rebel Wilson, you guys are hilarious in this movie. And I can't wait to see it today, so that's going to do a movie review. Movie of the years. Movies of the year review. So, alright, that's awesome. Leave a comment below, tell me what your guys' most anticipated movies of the year. Put a comment down below, and if you'd like to see more, you can go ahead and see more. Boom! Boom! Hey guys,
hello friends, hello folks, one and all, yet another year of movie going comes to an end. 2017 is wrapping up. And so it is time for my list of my top 10 favorite movies of 2017. Couple things to remember. First of all, these are not reviews of these movies. If you want to see my more in-depth thoughts on the movies listed here in my reviews, you can find them here on YouTube. Just search my name, movie title, review, you should find it. And please remember, these are not the top 10 technically perfect movies of 2017. These are my personal favorite movies of 2017, the movies that hit me on a personal level. Basically, opinions being opinions, these are my opinions. I promise you all, everybody watching this list will disagree with this list on some level. Some a little bit, some a lot of bit, but the different tastes among us all keep it flavorful and keep it fun. And let's start the list of my top 10 favorite movies of the year 2017. Starting with number 10. I didn't know what to expect from Wind River. I had a friend who was like, dude, it's really good. I was like, all right, let's go check it out. No, it was really good. It's a mystery movie with heart based on real events. Once you kind of see the landscape, get the facts, do some Googling, you have no doubt it is based on true events, which makes it all the more heartbreaking. This is Jeremy Renner at his best. I'm telling you, it's intriguing, it's captivating. In the last act, yeah, it keeps you on your toes. And it's fulfilling, not in the way you think it's going to be fulfilling. It's a Hollywood movie that's not so Hollywood. Number 9. Next up is the surprise of the year. For myself, I think a lot of other people too, that's Get Out. Who knew what to expect from Get Out? Jordan Peele was gonna write and direct a movie? That's cool and all. Is it a horror movie? Is it a suspense? It's both. It's intense, suspenseful, mysterious, and funny. Has relevant social commentary, there's no denying that. I'm of the mindset that's not enough to make a great movie. Just so happens Jordan Peele made a great suspense movie with relevant social commentary in it. This movie hit a lot of parts of my brain that intrigued me. I loved it. I'm glad other people loved it. Probably one of the best suspense thriller horror movies I've seen in quite some time. Number 8. See, I was raised on Blade Runner, so when I heard a sequel to Blade Runner was coming out, Blade Runner 2049, I was like, I don't want them to touch it. And then they touched it, and I was like, well, it's just better than Blade Runner. This is a movie we just don't get these days. It seems every sequel has to be a setup for a cinematic universe, crossover. They have to franchise it for some reason. This movie was like, we're not franchising it. This is not a cinematic universe. We don't even know if we're getting a sequel to Blade Runner 2049. We're just telling the next chapter of the Blade Runner story because we feel it needs to be told. The pacing's a bit slow. I will say, if you didn't like the original Blade Runner, you might not like this one. However, I still profess Blade Runner 2049 is better than the original Blade Runner as a movie. They treated the original source material with respect. That's a rarity. I love that. Number 7. Slick, stylish driving with some heart at its center. Baby Driver, you gave us that. By the time Baby Driver hit theaters, I already heard Baby Driver was so cool. Then I watched it and I was like, that movie's so cool. Yep, that's the word, cool. The movie's fun, it's slick, it's stylish, has a great soundtrack. You give me a kick-ass soundtrack with some style and panache, I'm gonna be there. Edgar Wright has a great track record, keeps it up with this one. This is one of my favorite ones he's done. Well, other than Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Every element in this movie worked for me. Number 6. Here we go. This is where you either love my list or hate my list, or one of the reasons you'll either love my list or hate my list. I feel like this year was a very divisive year among movies. No one movie encompassed that more than Mother. But no movie this year was as unique a cinematic experience for me as Mother was. Maybe it's because I grew up in a very religious household. I enjoyed the metaphors that were being thrown at me. I enjoyed the story being told. There's a lot of biblical stories from the perspective of Mother Earth. And I liked peeling away the layers of this movie. This movie had me thinking about this movie a lot. Then it got me on a big Darren Aronofsky kick, and it got me watching a lot of his other movies again. Like I said, people love this movie or hate this movie. That's clear from the new poster. I'm on the side of love this movie. Number 5. You know what I wanted this year? Well, there are a few things I wanted this year, but one of the things I wanted this year was a solid conclusion to a Planet of the Apes trilogy. And Caesar gave us that. War for the Planet of the Apes. Granted, there's no real war. They gotta work on the marketing for that one, but the character piece that it is was great because I'm so invested in Caesar by now. A few years of my life have been spent caring about this ape. No, person. He probably considers that an insult. Caesar gets put through the ringer on this one. This was a great conclusion to a trilogy. One of the better and more fulfilling cinematic trilogies out there from start to finish. Number 4. We all have our heroes. Mine was always that kid. Spider-Man Homecoming, a proper Spider-Man movie. The first proper Spider-Man movie I have had since Spider-Man 2 by Sam Raimi. We got but a taste of Tom Holland as Spider-Man in Captain America Civil War. People loved him. I loved him. But was it gonna hold up for a whole movie? Was he gonna hold up for a whole movie? Yep. Tom Holland is absolutely, positively Spider-Man. He's what I personally remember about Spider-Man. There are different brackets of Spider-Man fans out there. Some remember him like this. Some remember him like this. I remember him like this. It takes the Spider-Man lessons that you've heard before, but kind of reskins them and repackages them, redistributes them in a way that feels different. It's not the origin of Spider-Man's powers, it's the origin of Spider-Man the hero. Spider-Man was given CPR and Spider-Man lives. Number 3. There are some remakes that shouldn't be touched. There are other remakes where it's like, yeah, it could probably benefit for having a bit of a facelift brought into modern day. Not made for TV like It. It wasn't really a horror movie. It was, but really it was a good character piece. It was creepy at times. All of the young actors in this movie, they are awesome. Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise, again, was amazing.
Until old age takes you back to the weeds.
What a creepy little shithead. The Goonies or Stand By Me meets Nightmare on Elm Street, best way I could describe it. And a proper Stephen King adaptation. Number 2. Guys, I feel like I've committed a transgression in life. I still have not seen The Room, but I have seen and loved The Disaster Artist. I thought this movie was going to be kind of a spoof piece, and that was it. I had no idea this movie was going to be as deep as it was. I didn't know it was going to have as much heart as it did. This movie really fired on all cylinders. It was funny, it was dramatic, it was heartbreaking at times, because it really humanized this guy who had been a joke for so long. And I profess and swear to you, you do not have to have seen The Room to love The Disaster Artist. I am living proof of that. I'll see The Room soonish though. One day, I swear. Number 1. And here it is, folks, number 1. What is it? What could it be? My favorite movie of 2017 came to us early in the year. I was waiting for it to be beat. Never got beat from me. Logan! I loved Logan. We knew from the trailer Logan was going to be something different for us. Something that hit us to our core. But we've seen that stuff before. We've had trailers lie to us before. Not this time, folks. Logan delivered on everything. This is the best I've ever seen Hugh Jackman in the role of Logan. This is the best I've ever seen Patrick Stewart in a long time. And the girl who played X-23, Laura, she was actually, what's her name? To not say it is disrespect. Daphne Keane. Daphne Keane, if you're watching, you are fucking awesome. This movie was tragic, but also gives you what you want to see in a Wolverine movie, which is Wolverine really tearing shit through people. But it doesn't concentrate on that. It doesn't use that as the crux of the story. This is an emotional story. It's a father-daughter story. About a daughter who never had a father and a father who never had a daughter. And a father who had a father figure named Charles Xavier who is also damaged at this point. There's one part in the movie where it kind of slows down for me, then it picks right back up. Rarely do I get a movie that I'm looking forward to that delivers this much. For a character that I've loved so much for 17 years, Hugh Jackman is Logan. This is the perfect send-off for him in this role. Unless he's in a Deadpool movie, in which case I'm fine with that too. And that is why Logan was my favorite movie of the year when I saw it and remained my favorite movie of 2017. So that's it. That's my list. Those are my top 10 favorite movies of 2017. There were a lot of movies that came out this year. I was like, there were like 5 good movies that came out this year. I could make a top 5 list. No, there were a lot of good movies that came out this year. A lot of movies that deserve to be on this list. It just felt like there weren't a lot of great movies this year because there were absolutely, positively a lot of shit movies this year. Oh, and that's the next list, my friends. The top 10 worst movies of 2017. That is coming. But for now, I'll ask you your top 10 favorite movies of 2017. What were they? What's your list? Comment below. Let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.